Dr. Zixathera's 6 eyes trembled as she stared at the sealed data files on her quantum terminal. The Galactic Council's most renowned xenobiologist had witnessed the rise and fall of 17 civilizations, had catalogued the pain thresholds of over 300 species, and had never once hesitated to publish her findings. Until now. The human sat in Containment Cell 7 Alpha, humming what their species called a tune. Subject designation: Marcus Chen, age 34, voluntary participant in the Galactic Pain Threshold Initiative. Like all Council research, the study was conducted with full consent and ethical oversight. Every species had limits. Every species had a breaking point where consciousness would mercifully fade to protect the mind from further trauma. Every species, except one. "Doctor, the Council is requesting our preliminary report," her assistant Krelnos announced through the laboratory's communication system. "They're particularly interested in the human baseline measurements." Zixathera's mandibles clicked, nervously. She had submitted preliminary reports on hundreds of species without a second thought. The crystalline hive minds of Xerion 7 had lasted 4.7 hours under level 7 neural stimulation before their collective consciousness fragmented into protective catatonia. The warrior clans of Brutal's Moon had endured an impressive 8.2 hours at level 9 before their enhanced physiology finally surrendered. Even the legendary pain-worshipping ascetics of Gathara had limits, 12.4 hours at level 6 before transcending into their sought-after state of peaceful oblivion. But Marcus Chen had been conscious for 73 hours straight. "Tell the Council I need more time," she whispered, her voice barely registering on the communication sensors. The human had volunteered for the study with an enthusiasm that disturbed the research team. When Dr. Zixathera explained that the process would involve systematic exposure to every known form of pain across the electromagnetic, neurological, and quantum spectrums, Marcus had simply nodded and asked if he could bring a book. "You understand," she had explained through the universal translator, "that we will push your nervous system beyond what your species considers possible. We will map every neural pathway related to suffering. Most beings lose consciousness within hours." Marcus had smiled, an expression that the doctor's files indicated was positive among humans, though she found it deeply unsettling. "Doc, I once worked 3 retail Black Friday shifts in a row. I think I'll manage." The translator had failed to parse several terms in that statement, marking them as cultural references beyond current xenolinguistic databases. Now, 3 days later, Dr. Zixathera watched her instruments with growing horror. The human's pain receptors were not malfunctioning. They were operating at 347% above any previously recorded sensitivity level. Marcus Chen was experiencing agony that would have killed most beings through pure shock, pain so intense that the measurement scales had to be recalibrated twice, and he was still humming. "Subject appears to be singing," Krelnos observed, his 4 ears flattening against his skull. "Our audio analysis suggests it's something called Don't Stop Believin' by Journey." Dr. Zixathera had been forced to assign additional counselors to her research team. 3 assistants had requested transfers after witnessing the human's response to level 15 neural stimulation, a level that existed purely as a theoretical maximum. Marcus had paused his humming only to ask if they had any water, as the light show was making him thirsty. The breakthrough came during hour 68, when Dr. Zixathera realized what she was witnessing. It wasn't that humans lacked pain receptors or had some biological anomaly. They felt everything, every electric pulse, every neurological cascade, every quantum fluctuation designed to overwhelm consciousness. They just refused to care. "Doctor," Krelnos called urgently, "the subject is requesting permission to address the research team." Against all protocols, Dr. Zixathera found herself activating the communication link. Marcus Chen's voice came through the speakers with the casual tone of someone discussing weather, not someone undergoing systematic torture that had redefined the upper limits of the scientific pain scale. "Hey, Doc. I know you're probably writing up your report, and I wanted to make sure you got the context right." She stared at the speaker, her multiple hearts beating irregularly. "Please proceed, Subject Chen." "It's Marcus, Doc. And here's the thing. You're measuring pain like it's some kind of absolute force, like it's supposed to stop us from doing what we need to do. But pain isn't a wall for humans, it's just information. The laboratory fell silent except for the hum of quantum processors struggling to categorize this conversation. Your files probably mention that humans evolved as persistence hunters, Marcus continued, his voice steady despite readings that indicated nervous system activity beyond anything previously thought survivable. We didn't outrun our prey or overpower it. We just kept going. When our bodies screamed at us to stop, when exhaustion and pain told us we were dying, we looked at all that biological data and said, "Thanks for the input," and kept walking. Dr. Zixthara's hands trembled as she realized the implications. Every other species treated pain as a command. Humans treated it as a suggestion. You want to know about human pain limits? We don't have them. We have pain awareness. And we've spent thousands of years teaching our children that sometimes you keep going anyway. Sometimes the world needs you to take one more step, work one more hour, hold on one more day, even when everything in your biology is screaming at you to quit. The reading spiked again as the automated system cycled to level 18, a setting that Dr. Zixthara hadn't even known existed until the computers created it in real time. Marcus Chen began humming again. Doc? Could someone check if the council cafeteria is still open? This is making me really hungry, and I heard you guys have something called quantum nachos. Dr. Zixthara slowly deleted her preliminary report and began typing a new message to the Galactic Council. Research suspended indefinitely. Recommend immediate classification of human pain threshold data. Request reassignment to botanical studies. She submitted the message, and then, for the first time in her career, prescribed herself stress medication. Some knowledge, she realized, was too dangerous to share.